All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down. At about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready, blue ready. Stop, G. Big stop, let's go. Easy. Wait. Mike two.
First down, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Wait. Motion to the back. Follow. Watch two.
After the sack on first down, Winston. It's Williams on the catch. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4.
Even. Check 13.
They just do get the play off. Now Winston. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Yeah, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 44, Brady. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. It's not often that we put the word overthrow next to the name Tom Brady.
His accuracy is so good that when there are misses, they're usually not by much. So when we see one like that, look,
scratch your head a little bit.
Scratch your head. We're chuckling about the whole thing. Let's see how fired up he gets about it, though, because you know he likes to atone for his errors.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Ready? You ready? Come on. It's just me and you. It's just... Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. He's checking. Crash.
This is Marlon Mack, 3rd-year running back. And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Check. Kill. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Flip it. Let's go.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
I mean, you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
10 yards, good for the Saints, 1st down. A 1st down carry by Elliott. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Damiere Byrd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Winston. And he's got Sanu. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Choose the mic. Quit talking about it and bring it. Check 3. Let him go. Let him go.
Again, it's Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Quick the edge. Wait. Easy. Watch the slab. Motion. The DA. Easy. I'm here all day. No. Sonny. Hey, stop. Let's go.
They go play action. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Tighten up.
3rd and long for Winston. And able to find Graham, complete. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Out. Follow. Easy. Motion.
Winston now from the 50. He completes this one to Mack. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To the air again with Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Sanders' kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Brady. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play.
20.
3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
1st down, Saints.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Shotgun now for Brady. And he'll find Hall. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Wait, set. Round 80. Round 80. Hey, Alabama. Check, Mike.
On first down, Brady. This will be caught just inside the 10. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Elliott. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Steven Anderson there to make the grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. The throw complete here to Williams. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. The first down throw for Winston. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Easy. Where's that up? Let him go.
They'll throw again. Winston. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Elliott. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup at 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Brady now to throw, and he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half, and the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Let him go.
Jameis to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And the ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Ready, wait. Watch the run, watch the run. Wait. That's a baby shot. Easy. 2, over. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep. Choose the mic.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, and now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the...
He's got it with the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Brashad Perriman. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
So conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's Brady to throw. Throw caught here by Bird. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Brady. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is taken in at the 5. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Ozzy! Smooth! 24's the mic. I'm coming after you. Shadow!
From the gun, it's Brady. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, I-7.
Operating from the gun, Brady is going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for T.J. Yeldon. Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Brady again. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Brady, 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. 10th carry now for Elliott. Nifty move. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Brady. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. On play action, now Brady going up top. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter to everyone saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Winston. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Working from the gun, it's Brady. That one complete to Anderson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big pickup of 38.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
On 1st down, it's Elliott. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 there, and a New Orleans 1st down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw, it's Brady. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point safely through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back. Here, this will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Winston. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On play action, it's Brady. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Switch 3, 218, chop. Go bandit. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Hey, Alabama.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Now Elliott. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now Brady. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Hey, goal 66.
43's the mic. 43's the mic.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Alert!
Brady now on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Slam, slam, slam. Save.
From the gun, Winston. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. First down, Winston. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Squeeze, double. Wait. Check 49.
Throwing, Winston. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I got it. Watch tight end. Watch tight end.
Green, Timothy.
Tight right. Off. Watch 98. Watch 98.
On 3rd down, Winston. He completes this one to Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. And this is picked up by the Saints. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter.
Wait, set. Round 80. Hey, go 66. Go Bandit.
They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people are thinking about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
That's it, baby. You got work.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So following the hold, They're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run. It's Lindsey. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Winston, and he finds his tight end, Graham. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Winston. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Well, 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure.
And Winston lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
He'll rifle this. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Jordan Willis.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Now Winston. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, but it'll be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he's taken down inside the 30. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score. Jameis to throw it. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. To the air again with Winston. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Mike, follow. He's coming, Mike. Hey, D-line. Green, triple T. Check 99. Check 99.
Jameis again. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Again, it's Winston. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Come on, QB, come on.
4th down, Winston. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Mike, wait, that. Mike's 5-4. Blue Dan. 80 weapon. Lucky. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Hey, Alabama. Check 6.
Brady going to look to throw. And he'll find Hall. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New Orleans, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, not much more to say. They dropped to 1-11, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.